Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it has been such a long time since I uploaded a video, but do you know what, I just had to take some time away if I'm honest with you. So I'm back with a really nice look. I'm talking about the makeup, I'm not talking about me in general. But I have, to be honest with you, I just had to take some time away to work on myself. Like, you'll see I've gone blonde with my hair, I've been getting laser hair removal up my neck because shaving was literally just killing me. I had to shave every single day. See, maintaining a beard like this, honestly, like, it is a nightmare. So I would have to shave like all up my neck every single day, and I would get ingrown hairs, like I would get spots, I'd get a rash. It was so painful, but honestly getting laser hair removal is probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. Like, I'm only on my second, I've just had my second session, and genuinely, like, the difference already, there's like so nearly most of the hair's fallen out. So yeah, I've done that. I have been growing my brows back in because last year I made the stupid decision to shave the outer half off, and then see, growing them back in was I think there was a fly in the room. Anyway, last year I decided to shave them off, and growing them back was just a nightmare. It took me forever, but you'll see the tail of my brow has now grown back. Hallelujah. Yeah, and I've just been really focused on my job, and like there's been quite a few changes with work and all that sort of thing recently, so I've just really, do you know what, I needed to take some time away, to be honest with you, to just focus on like my life. So now everything is pretty settled. I feel like it's time that I can really just make a proper comeback and really just give this like my all, to be honest with you. So this is the first look that I've decided to do. It has been a kind of go-to of mine for the past week. I think it's really kind of like autumnal. He knows that word. Yeah, just really smoky. I think it's perfect coming up for Halloween if you don't want to do anything too much. Like, you could stick on a wee pair of bunny ears, you could stick on a wee pair of devil horns, you could do almost anything with this makeup, to be honest with you. Like, I think it would just look really nice, but Halloweeny. So if you want to see how crazy this look, then please do stay tuned. Okay, so I'm zoomed right in. I've got my trusty headband on because for some reason I just can't do my makeup with my hair anywhere near my face. I have done my brows, literally just a wee bit of product underneath, and carved them out. That's all I've done. So I'm going to start off with my MAC Studio Fix 24 Hour Wear Concealer, and I'm just taking a wee bit of that on my ring finger and patting it all over my lid. So once you've patted that in and it's looking super smooth, nice and even over the lids, I'm going to go on and just highlight the brow bone. I'm going on with a Zoeva 237 shader brush, which is a tiny wee brush, and of course I'm going in, as always, with my trusty nylon shadow. I'm focusing all of the shadow right into the arch, almost using patting motions to really build up the colour, and then just very lightly blending that around the edges there so that there's no harsh lines with your brow bone highlight. I'm then going to take the same shadow just right on the inner corner there. To be honest with you, you'll probably hardly see this by the time we're finished the look, but it's still nice to have that wee bit of light right on the inner corner. Next, I'm going in with an oldie but a goodie. It is MAC Uninterrupted Eyeshadow. It's almost like a strange mustardy, pale brown transition colour. I'm just going in with my 221S brush, and I'm going to start working that right into the crease as my transition. So you see, from a shape point of view, I'm kind of pressing it in from the outer corner, coming around, so it's nice and rounded, and then I'm coming up almost to the bottom of the inner corner of the brow. And when I'm applying my transition colour, I more press it on, so I'm really packing the colour in, so it's a lot more intense. And then going on with a clean blending brush, I'm just going in with the MAC 224S brush. I'm going to use the very tip and just buff out the edges. When I'm blending, I literally blend the transition colour into my brow on the inner corner here, and then just blend it into the nylon around the arch so that it's nice and soft. So next I'm going in with a new favourite of mine's. Oh my god, I literally love it. I think I've used it about 10 times since I got it. They've actually just recently opened an Inglot in Silverburn in Glasgow. Alan and I went to the launch of it. It was so much fun, we had such a good night. And anyway, I picked up loads of different colours in my favourite gel liner. So I got number 65, so I'll get the foil on it because I want to keep it nice and wet. But it is a beautiful burgundy blood red colour. So what I'm doing, I'm going in with my MAC 242S brush, which is just a wee flat synthetic brush. I'm taking not too much product, and I'm just working it right into the lash line on the lid. Light patting motions, and the trick here is don't take it too high because you need room to blend out. And then whilst that's still wet, I'm going in with my 217 brush by MAC, and I'm just starting to very lightly soften out the edges of where I've put that. I don't want it to be harsh. Don't worry too much about this stage, but it's just so that it doesn't dry down with a really, really hard edge. And then before that dries completely, I'm going on with my MAC shadow, I'm Into It, which is just a really nice deep burgundy blood red as well. Very, very, very similar to the liner. And I'm going to apply that with the Zoeva 231 brush. So I'm first off just patting my product all over the lid on top of that gel liner. So we're almost setting the gel liner with the shadow. And then because that brush isn't as dense as a pencil brush, it's a wee bit fluffier, I can start to blend out the edges of the burgundy into our crease colour. So next I'm going to do my lashes. I'm going to start off by priming the top lashes with the Subversion Lash Primer. For anyone who's never used a lash primer, if you're someone who has super damaged your lashes by wearing individuals or false lashes, you're just someone who actually doesn't have super long or super thick lashes naturally, you really want to use a lash primer because honestly it just like plumps up your natural lashes, makes them so much longer and so much thicker. So after I put that on, I leave it for kind of like 20 seconds before going on with mascara. And mascara wise, I'm going on with my ultimate favourite, my trusty mascara that I know I can never go wrong with, the Lancome Hypnose. I don't know what it is, I'll always try other mascaras, and no matter what, I'll always come back to Hypnose. Foundation wise, I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow 24 Hour Wear. I'm going in with shade 208. Brush wise, I found this foundation brush that I've had for ages and ages and ages, like I'm talking years ago, and I totally forgot I had it. It's the Cargo Magic brush. It is phenomenal. Honestly, I totally forgot about it. I don't know why I ever moved away from it. Like, it's just amazing. Like, it's the perfect size for foundation. It's synthetic, so it doesn't absorb all of your foundation. The foundation actually goes onto your face. Now, how nice is that foundation with that brush? Like, the combination of the two, I think it just buffs like a dream into my skin. So next, after I've got my foundation on, I'm going back to that same Studio Fix concealer that I used to prime my lid, and I've been using shade NC10. Now, word of a warning for anyone that uses this concealer, the shades are made to be a shade lighter than the MAC foundations. Now what I mean by that is, if you were an NC30 in the MAC foundation, you would use NC30 in the concealer, because the concealer of NC30 is like a shade lighter than the NC30 in the foundation. But I like to go at least 4 shades lighter than my foundation with my concealer, so do you know what I mean? I like that nice highlight. So I've just buffed a wee bit of that into the centre of the forehead, kind of giving that glow, and then I'm just keeping my magic brush and I'm going to buff this concealer in under the eye area. So this concealer contains loads of hyaluronic acid to keep the under eyes nice and hydrated, nice and plumped up. And honestly, when it says on it, it lasts 24 hours. It really does, like it doesn't crease whatsoever under the eye area. So now, I'm super excited, I'm excited! Alan, I'm going to zoom out a wee bit here. Alan got me when he was over in LA a couple of weeks ago. I went on and on and on at him that he had to get me this because I just... You can't get it in the UK because it's always out of stock. That's how popular it is, it's just out of stock all the time. So it's the Urban Decay Velvetizer. This is actually like a mixing medium, like it's a powder, but you would mix it through with your foundation. It makes your foundation fuller coverage. It makes it like airbrush the skin. But you can also use it as a setting powder, which is what I'm going to do. Oh my god. When you set the face with this, it's like your pores are just like someone's taken your Facetune and just like rubbed away your pores, your fine lines, your acne scarring. Holy shitballs, this is phenomenal. Like, oh, I'm so happy he got me it. I'll do one side of the face and see if you can actually see a difference where, like on the side that I put it on. Okay, now don't tell me you can't see a difference there. Let me zoom in. If I zoom right in, I'm hoping this shows up in camera because in the mirror here, it's amazing that you can see like the pores under the eye here, because I get quite a lot of pores in my cheek in this area. You can see they're gone, whereas like on this side the concealer is like ever so slightly sitting in them because it is a cream base after all. But this just, like it does what it says. It's a velvetizer. It makes my skin look like velvet. Okay, so now that I'm powdered up, my next step is to kind of take that powdery look away and add a wee bit more hydration and radiance back into the skin. So something that I've discovered is the Superdrug Vitamin E Hydrating Mist. This is basically just glycerin and vitamin E. Holds your makeup in place, takes the powdery look away and adds loads of hydration. Smells like coconut as well. So to highlight the skin, I'm actually going to be using a couple of highlighters of course, but my kind of main highlighter I'm going to be using is the Show Gold highlighter by MAC. The reason I'm using this is because it's got a goldy pink dimension to it, so it'll tie in really nice with the burgundy eye that we're doing. Brush wise, I'm using the Morphe 527 brush. You'll see it's absolutely massive. I do this so that I can just buff right onto the temple there. A nice bit of highlight to catch the light. The same up the top of the cheekbones. Lovely, and it's just kind of added that dewiness, that nice glow back in. To contour, I'm going to use the MAC 140 brush. You'll see this is like a massive fan. It's like a thick fan brush. Because it's absolutely pissing it down in Scotland at the moment, I'm going to go in with my waterproof Makeup Forever bronzer. These bronzers are nice because when they go on, they don't go patchy if you do get caught in the rain. I'm going to work some of that bronzer right into the temples here, into the hairline. The very tip of it here will actually really nicely catch your lower cheekbone. Now of course when you're using this brush you use the flat end, lining it up against the cheek to get the perfect contour. Don't be using it like that way. Use it that way. I'm then going to keep the same brush just because I've got a really big Roman nose, which growing up I was so self-conscious about it, but I kind of feel like it's part of me now, it's part of my bone structure, so I totally just embrace it now. But I can use a brush as big as this just to sweep up either side of my nose there. Just to add a wee bit of contour, but nothing too... I mean, don't want anything like stripes down either side of my nose. I'm going to go in with a wee bit of blush today, which isn't something I would normally do. So I'm just going to go in with my, oh god, this is no blush, my 168S MAC brush, and I'm going on with a Raizin blusher. which again is just a nice kind of warm browny burgundy tone. I think just a wee bit of the Raizin will just tie that pink highlighter and my contour and my eye look all together. Okay, time to finish the eyes. So you'll see I finished it underneath of one eye. So I'm going back to that 221S brush and the Uninterrupted eyeshadow that I used for the crease on top. I'm taking a decent amount of that Uninterrupted and I'm just working it all under the lower eye. And then I am of course circling around to join the top onto the bottom of the crease. Next I'm going on with a liner brush and my gel liner. And I'm working that into the waterline and then pulling it lightly through the lower lashes. Next I'm going in with my Into It eyeshadow and my E37 blank canvas pencil brush. Oh, this eyeshadow though. And we're pressing that on top of the liner and smudging out the burgundy liner underneath. Of course, make sure to join that burgundy onto the top. Just use small sweeping motions so that you're not blending it too low. Then take that 221S brush that's still got a wee bit of the uninterrupted shadow left on it and just soften out that burgundy underneath the eye. Now, depending on your eye shape, like with my eyes, I feel like if I put a full lash on, it just covers all of this, which I don't want. I need my eye to look more lifted. So what I actually do, I just take whatever false lash I've got and I cut it in half, and then I take the outer half and that is what I stick on my lash. So you'll see that I've got that lift. I don't really have any false lash in here. The false lash starts from about halfway to make my eyes look more lifted. This is something that I especially do. For example, if I was going to half cut the crease and maybe apply a wee bit of glitter in here, I would only want a lash on the outside, because if I was then to put the false lash on the inside, it would cover all the glitter. Ooh, that's nice. And then all that's left to do is finish this look off with a lip. So I'm going to go on with my favourite lip combo. It is the Hover Lip Liner by MAC and the Clouds in My Coffee Liptensity Lipstick by MAC. So then we'll go on with my wee lippy. And then of course, when you're going on with a paler lipstick and a darker lip liner, don't forget to give them a wee blend in. So there we have it. I have let my hair down and yeah, I am really happy with this look, to be honest with you. I think it's kind of like sultry, because you know I love the word sultry. Alan slags me for it all the time. I know he's going to be watching this right now and burst out laughing because he's going to say, oh, another wee sultry eye. But you must admit, this is a sultry look. So I love it. I love the colours. I love the shape. I love the highlighter. I actually just love this look. I feel like it is my kind of go-to, really easy autumn Halloween smoky eye. So yeah, that is it. If you are happy, if you're loving this look, please do give it a big thumbs up. Please share this video with my triumphant return to the tube of you, and yeah, comment below if you've got any other videos you want me to do or you've got any questions for me at all. If you want to follow me on any other platforms, the only thing I actually use is Instagram, so I will put my Instagram handle here. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Until next time,